It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Primetime.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. Under the lights, we'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. They're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. But now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run our offense through the running back position, we don't see that so often anymore. So for two guys like us that understand and appreciate the legacy and the history of this game, I think it's kind of fun.
Here's Smith to return it. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And I think this is something we're going to see a lot here tonight, the ability to use this run game to really set the tone coming out here for this offense.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle. Third and a yard. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
That one caught by Adams. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On first down, Stafford. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
You couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike. I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Stafford now on third down. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game. Injured player after the play, and that's Matthew Stafford, who is banged up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. First and 10. Throwing to begin is Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. A good spot here, second and a yard. Dobbs headed in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, it's Love. Quickly to the outside and complete.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On second down, Love. To the goal line and in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll grab it at the 12. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to get going with their second possession. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's to the right side and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Here's a handoff to Williams. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll get this up past the 30-yard line. So 4th down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Packers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Love out quickly to Dobbs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Third and 6. On play action, Love. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Rams offense headed back to take over once more. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Packers on top. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
They run over center with Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Back to throw is Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Here's Ethan Evans now. They'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back to work. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Love. A quick slant, looked in by Watson. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. The man in motion is Watson. They'll go play action with Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's Dobbs, open left side. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Love to throw. He gets that complete as he hits Reed.
I think think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Love. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. It's second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Taking off, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Love. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that. And this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
The Rams offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. Enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. Right back to Adams. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Again, it's Stafford. Caught by Nakua on the out route. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he's in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rams. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Rams will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Love. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Quick throw here is complete.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
McManus's kick is good. And the Packers get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and Davante Adams heading back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those high-popping numbers. Stafford now on first down. That one caught by Adams. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Davante Adams. Touchdown, L.A.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Cardi now to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Rams are on top. It's 14-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Packers offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Toward the middle, that one caught by Watson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Valuable lesson
set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. Give him 13 on that screen play and a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On first and 10, here's Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break. First and 10 now from the 36. From the gun, it's Love. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Packers going to use their final timeout now. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This one from just under 50 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away.
Willis on the return. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we're at halftime, and it's the visitors, the Rams, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. They get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Love to throw. Right side. Catch made by Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
In motion, Reed. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Taken down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Dobbs headed in motion. On 2nd down, Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. Good try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position, but this time he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
Packers set to kick this one away. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They put Adams in motion. A 1st down throw for Stafford. That's caught by Puka. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They motion the slot man left. They go play action with Stafford. He'll find his rookie wideout from Texas. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
That is called in at the 5. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's one running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch him off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
2nd and goal this close to the end zone. It makes sense, Mike, to keep the ball on the ground, but what you're not planning for is that you suffer a loss. So give credit to this defense. They've now changed the entire equation. It's 3rd and goal, but they're not so close anymore.
Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Love to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
In motion, Reed. On play action, Love. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'm sure there's a lot of naysayers saying, come on, coach, it's 2nd and inches. Just pick up the 1st down and keep the ball on the ground. I actually like the idea of passing it there, Mike. So often you gain some of your best pass plays in those run situations. But now after losing a little bit of yardage, do they keep it in the air again? Or do they decide this time to put it on the ground?
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They put Adams in motion. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and long. To throw is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Love. That's Dobbs open left side. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be taken down. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. First and 10. Back to throw is Love. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
And you love to see this. You find yourself here in the fourth quarter. Your team is trailing. You're trying to do anything possible to see if you can create some sort of late spark. He goes big-time effort on the layout catch, and he's able to pull it in and see if it could be a little bit of a spark here late in this ballgame.
What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Now Jacobs, and he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
We'll go play action with Love. This one, up top for Dobbs. Whoa! And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He'll go right and find his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Throw it on third down, Stafford. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with first and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On play action, it's Stafford. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Stafford now on 3rd down. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for a Rams 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Here's 2nd and 2. To the air again, Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
On the ground, this is Williams. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Williams. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. Here's 2nd and 6. It's another run here for Williams. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. And now we get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll drop to throw. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Successful drive, but in danger of stalling. Trying to convert now on 3rd and 7. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.